Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Um, Thanks again to Bonnie and her amazing staff for persisting with this very special partnership that has lasted for more than a decade, and it's good to know that it will be continuing later this year. Uh, there have been some, I can't tell you how many extraordinary moments in music that have happened right here. And tonight will be no exception. You know, the adage, good things come to those who wait. Well, it couldn't be more true than what is happening tonight. The plans for this, as the two gentlemen will tell you, really started almost a year ago. And because they're so busy, and they're traveling all over the world, father and son team traveling all over the world like two teenagers. We had difficulties trying to figure out the routing and the dates and all that stuff. But we finally landed on today. And it really is apropos because, as you know, Father's Day, and couldn't be more fitting combination here than having this father and son team, who are also amazing broadcasters. So I don't really have to say a whole lot. I can just turn it over to them and let them take it away, which is what I'm about to do. So please give a exceedingly warm welcome to Ben and Leo Sidran, if you will.
I'm going to take this now. I'm going to say some things before you say things, because I'm holding your microphone, which is wonderful. This is great. So I've had the privilege of hosting some of these in the past because I host the Third Story podcast on WBGO, and also recently also The Art of the Story. And normally when I do this, I'm like totally nervous, and I have notes, you know, and I never want to get any information wrong. But as you said so aptly today in the sound check today, you are a person who can't remember the past and yet is able to predict the future. Anticipate the future. So you knew I was about to say that. So I just want to say along what Steve said, that we started talking a year ago about what it would look like if Ben and I did a project here together, and I just want to say what a dream come true it is to get to be in this space with my dad. So I understand you would like to say a few words about the blues, Ben.
Yes. When Leo suggested we do this, and that we have a kind of a compressed hour to do things, I thought about the music that I would like to present to you. I'd like to talk a little bit about the music, but I don't want to waste too much time on talking because we only have so much time to play the music. Some people think that it was Mose Allison who said, I only know two songs. One is the blues, the other one isn't. Which points out just how important the blues is. It's at least half of the universe, the jazz universe. And the blues, some people say New Orleans is the home of the blues. Blues is a mysterious thing. It's, first of all, prototypically American. It comes from all the history of America, starting with church music, field hollers. But the blues is at its heart the story being told by the person. It's personal, there's a truth to it, and there's this extra aspect, which is there's a mysterious quality to the blues, a superstitious quality to the blues. In New Orleans, you know it's the home of voodoo. And with the blues, you have a kind of a power. The famous Robert Johnson story, the great blues man from the 30s, is that he met the devil at the crossroads, and he made a deal with the devil for his soul. I mean, so the blues is very powerful and very personal, and if you write a blues, you better be prepared to include these elements. It's not trivial. So I'd like to start with a blues that I wrote, and it kind of paints a modern story about a mythological young man who...
Is he young necessarily in the song?
Well, today he's 82 years old, but...
It's looking back. It's from the point of view.
Right. This is the part of the future that I claim to be able to remember.
I see.
Okay. I'm a rainmaker. I can make it pour and pour. I'm a rainmaker. I can make it pour and pour. I make it rain so hard, you don't want no rain no more. And I'm a heartbreaker, walking out the door. I'm a heartbreaker, walking out the door. Well, I was gone before I got here, and I ain't coming back no more. Rainmaker. Troublemaker, got nothing but trouble in store. I'm a troublemaker, nothing but trouble in store. I give you so much trouble, but you'll be coming back for more. And I'm a money maker, I love to make some cash. I'm a money maker, love to make that cash. I bring it home every evening just to throw it in the trash. Rainmaker.
So, Ben, I wanted to talk a little bit about your process. I think so many people come to a performance and they wonder, how does an artist of such esteem like yourself prepare for an event like today? You know, for example, some musicians are warming up. They have a meditation routine or that kind of thing. In our case today, we changed the shower head in the guest bathroom.
That's my warm-up.
And that was the warm-up, I think.
Well, today that was the warm-up. I consider what we're doing here part of everyday life. I think it's a mistake to consider the music that we play to be somehow out of the mainstream. You know this. I believe that, as you do, everybody in this room has a story that's important, and it can be told, and that's what music is for us. We get to tell our story in this, the mother tongue. Everybody around the planet can understand this. You don't have to study to be able to tell your story. So I wake up, I brush my teeth, I see my friends, I read, I play piano for an hour or two.
Do you feel that whatever happens to you during the day comes out in the music at night? Is it what goes in comes out? You are what you eat, that kind of thing. I mean, does what happen before you perform?
I think so, but not literally. I mean, it's like sometimes you think, I wonder if I could just translate what Miles Davis is saying. It's not that. You don't translate the music language into another language. The music itself is the message.
Yeah.
That's the message. And so whatever we went through during the day, yeah, of course it comes out in the music, but not in any symbolic or mysterious way. There's nothing hidden. Everybody in the room hears the same thing. And the zen of being a jazz player, as Charlie Parker said, you have to leave all your troubles behind you when you get up on the stage. This is a sacred space. And when you're up here, you come up here with a clean heart and open ears.
Well, it's true that so much instrumental music doesn't need to be translated into anything else. But in your case, you're also writing words, and that part of your story is the words that you write. So what are we going to hear you talk about next?
Well, because this is the special Father's Day edition, I'd like to do a song dedicated to my musical fathers. This is a song called Piano Player's Song, and it's dedicated to 50-some piano players who got me where I am today. They played piano, it went like this. They could swing as sweetly as an angel's kiss. I've been hearing George Shearing running steady with Freddie Red. Talk about piano players in the past, they really knew how to fly. A one-way trip on a magic carpet ride in the park with Sonny Clark walking through the dark woodbud pile. Won't you listen to them? Walter Bishop, Walter Norris, Walter Davis, and wall-to-wall explorers like Wynton Kelly, Art Tatum. I said Phineas and Thelonious, and any way you rate them, the music that they made, it's alive today. Because when you hear Cecil Taylor, you hear Jelly Roll play, and nearing that clearing, you are hearing the real McCoy. Roll 'em Roy. Silver, Horace Parlin, Barry Harrison, don't forget Red Garland, Herbie Nichols, Harold Mayburn. I said Flanagan and Ellington and Jay McShann. They burn more brightly today, 'cause there ain't nothing in the world that'll take your breath away. Like Count Basie, Fats Waller, Pine Topper, Errol Garner, Hamp Hoyes, Norman Simmons, Kenny Drew, Bobby Timmons, Duke Pearson, Duke Jordan, Hank Jones, still recording, Oscar got a Grammy. Bill Evans put a whammy on Miles, put it on Miles, put it on Miles. All that power. If I say David Hazeltine got my mind all messed up, you guessed up to now I've been back in the past. I believe somehow nothing says loving like Gene Harris walking blues. Those are some nasty shoes. They got a hall in Paris, a city block long, wall-to-wall pictures, picture that gone. But that's what we're missing every day. We don't listen to Cedar Ramsey, Michelle and Ahmad, Keith, Chick and Herbie, they talking about God. A Willie Pickens, you feel the plot thickens. A Candy Bear make you feel like Sharon. Les McCann got the great left hand. Silken Soul and Nat King Cole. I've been taking a chance with Junior Mance, taking a page from Bose. And that's how you close. Do another tune?
Yeah, let's do another tune, then we can discuss what's happening.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
I know.
Yeah, you don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows, right? Don't cry for no hipster. He knew what he signed up for. The look and the feel, the rundown appeal, the passing ship, the distant shore. No, don't cry for no hipster. He saw the writing on the wall, and it gives him hope. Just another slippery slope, a deeper truth he can't recall. But when young becomes old and cool turns to cold, that's when we'll see if the truth set him free. Till then, don't cry for no hipster. He had his day, he had his night. Let's just call it what it is. But in a life like his, it's usually wrongs that make it right. On bass, Alexis Quadrado. And he'll say, I'm tired of being so hip. It's like waiting for a ship that won't never come in. But check out his grin. Don't cry for him. Don't cry for no hipster. He's got his hat, he's got his cane. And in a world so square, with disasters everywhere, if you can't laugh at life, you're through. But if you have to cry, if you have to cry, then make it tears of joy, because he's here and then he's gone, and gone is one thing he can do. Don't cry for no hipster.
Yeah. Yeah, that one is really actually, that brings out a lot of feelings, I think, you know? I think people hear that song and they look at themselves, they look at you, they wonder how that came to. How did you come to write that song?
My memory is I was sitting in an apartment in Zihuatanejo, Mexico with an electric piano.
Yeah, that's where it usually starts.
That's where a lot of these things start. You know, you have to get out of the woods in order to see the forest.
Yeah.
And I was playing those changes. I mean, for me, everything starts with the harmonic bed. And I guess the line, don't cry for no hipster, popped into my head. And, I mean, of course, it's totally autobiographical. I always wanted to join that crew, that rough crew, the hipsters, the people who loved literature and film and art and music and didn't care about money and wanted to be on the outside looking in, because that means we knew something that the inside people didn't know. And to experience that, you pay a price. You know, and he'll say, I'm tired of being so hip, it's like waiting for a ship that don't ever come in. That really is autobiographical.
And at the same time, I know that you aspired to be that person. I mean, you spent your whole life working towards that.
Totally true.
Yeah.
When I was 13 years old, I got a Horace Silver record.
Yeah.
And I listened to that record over and over and over again. I had this little record player. And I was like an Eskimo sitting by a fire. I played Horace Silver and Blue Mitchell and Junior Cook and these cats over and over and over again. And I couldn't stop thinking about, who are these guys? Where are these guys? What is this language they're talking? How can I find them? How can I get into this? So it's been driving me for 70 years.
Yeah.
And now Horace is gone, of course.
Yeah, but we're saying his name tonight.
But that's it. Well, that's what this music is, you know. It's passed from sideman to sideman down through the ages. And now they teach it in schools, of course, but the way you get a style really is you make your own mistakes, and then you find a way to recover from what you perceive as a mistake, and in that recovery, gradually, your sound comes out, or your style comes out. So you have to assume that Horace made his mistakes.
Because he had quite a sound.
Yeah, he had quite a sound, exactly.
Yeah. So what's up next?
Well,
by the way, this is a good indication of what it's like. I mean, there literally is no set list.
no.
It doesn't matter if this is being filmed for later on or whatever. I mean, you walk into every situation more or less with the same disposition, which is you have to wait and see what happens.
That's true, and I've been taking a lot of abuse from
Yeah.
my son about this
Yeah.
as we travel the world. He keeps saying, "What? Can't you please make a set list so we know what's happening?" And so I did. I started to make set lists, but then sadly I ignored them once we got on stage.
I mean, what was great is even today, even as recently as today, when we set up to sound check and we ran through the tunes, I knew that everything we played in the sound check was immediately off the table for the gig. It was like we did that already.
Right, we already played it. Well, I'm a believer in not rehearsing, and there's a reason, because when you rehearse, you say, oh yeah, we have to do this instead of that, and it just, the list of things that you have to remember gets longer and longer. Well, so everything that goes on the list is just another possibility that you're going to screw up.
Yeah.
So it's better, don't even bother to make this list, don't know it, make all new mistakes.
Fresh ones.
Fresh mistakes, yeah. Let's play Drop Me Off in Harlem.
Okay.
Now where do you go when you're feeling so low? And what do you do when you're feeling so blue? Take a tip from one who knows and live your life in a cool repose. Now where do all the people go when it's time to start the show? Well, you can bet they're on the set. Why don't you drop me off in Harlem? Where do all the people meet when it's time to feel elite? Go uptown and fool around. Drop me off in Harlem. Now every night they fuss and fight, but they do it with their horns. Nobody dies, there's no demise, they're too busy being born. It's still the final word today, still the sweetest getaway. Grab your axe, brother, hit the tracks. Drop me off in Harlem. And fight, but they do it with their horns. Nobody dies, there's no demise, they're too busy being born. till the final word today. Still the sweetest getaway. Grab your axe, brother, hit the tracks. Drop me off in Harlem. Drop me off in Harlem. Drop me off in Harlem.
So those were your lyrics to a Duke Ellington song.
That was, the song was written by Duke Ellington. I wrote the lyrics. I always have to participate. You know, Mose Allison said, if you play a song, an older song written by somebody else, you have to make it your own.
Yeah.
And he would do a song like, I don't know, I'm sure he never did Sweet Sue, but
Hey
he
Good
did.
Lookin', he did Hey Good Lookin', What You Got
He
Cookin'?
did Hey Good Lookin', yeah. And of course he did, you know, The Seventh Son and some of
Yeah.
these. But he always found a way to make it his own. And so in order to make something like this, I had to write lyrics. And to write the lyrics, I had a picture of what it was like to be back in the day when you could jump on a train, get the A train, and go up to Harlem and hang. You know, it's all about the hang for jazz musicians. You know how a jazz musician makes $1 million?
How does a jazz musician end up with $1 million, Ben?
He starts with $2 million. Everybody knows that. It's all about the hang. That's why we're here.
Hey, you know, I was thinking this is the Father's Day edition. They keep saying, this is like a real question. This is no shtick here. When I became a father, before I became a father, which is now 15 years ago, I remember thinking I had to get everything in my life done before I became a father, because in my mind there was some thinking that, like, I don't know, all the priorities would shift, and I wouldn't be able to make meaningful work after I became a dad. The only meaningful work I will have made, which is the most meaningful, is my daughter. What do you remember, because it's 50 years since I showed up this year. 50 years ago you were on the road promoting this record, Ben Sidran's Bicentennial Bebop Band.
Yes.
You had made a record called Free in America. You were schlepping a B3 across the Midwest, you know. What do you remember about the feeling right before you became a father?
Well, whatever I was feeling came to nothing when you were born, because that became the most important thing. Everything before that was preamble. All the priorities changed the minute I looked at you. I mean, it's a cliche to say that, but it's absolutely true. You're the best production I ever did.
I'm so glad I asked.
Hey, I got a song I want to play. Now, there's a little story behind this song. I want to mention the name Michael Cascuna, a great jazz character who passed away not too long ago. Michael had a record label called Mosaic Records. Yeah, beautiful label, great stuff. And he was the man who essentially saved Blue Note. For a while in the 70s, Blue Note went out of business. And Michael, through his Japanese contacts, got the label revived with some Japanese money, and then it went on again. And I was in Los Angeles in the recording studio at Capitol Records where Michael was working. He had a room blocked out in the basement where all the recording studios are. And I went to visit him just as a friend, and there he was, like this mad magician with piles of tapes everywhere. And what he had were all the outtakes from all the Blue Note recording sessions, and he was there listening to everything. And I literally picked a box, these little quarter-inch tapes, off the top of the pile, and it was from a Charlie Rouse session. And so, I asked Michael to put this on. Michael hadn't heard it. And the first thing that came on was this song that I fell in love with. I thought, that's fantastic. I got to learn this song. Later on, I asked, the name of the song was Little Sherry. And later on, I asked Charlie why he named it Little Sherry. And he said he wrote it for his granddaughter. Isn't that perfect for Father's Day? This is Charlie Rouse's Little Sherry. Thank you. Alexis Quadrado on the bass.
Now you're looking at me to
Well, you're in charge.
this is, so yeah. Is that really true though?
How does it feel? How does it feel to be in charge?
Of you?
Well, yeah, I guess that's what I'm asking.
It's not possible. You know, like that set list thing you were talking about. I just go back to that time when we were in Spain. We were making this record in Spain, recording a week of shows. And the idea was we were going to compile all of the recordings over the course of the week and then choose the best takes. And I just tried to narrow you down to like 25 or 30 tunes that we would do, so we would have multiple takes to choose from. And we did the first night, and you were looking at this piece of paper, and you were playing the songs. And the second night, you were looking at this piece of the paper. And the third night, we walked on stage. You picked up the piece of paper, and you looked at me like a toddler, and you tore it up and threw it away. I cannot be contained.
I am not your monkey.
Yes,
I am not your trained
you
monkey.
You did say that. No, there's no in charge.
This has really been wonderful. You know, there are lots of things that you can do together with your children and your parents, but playing music is the great equalizer. When we're up here, there's no child, there's no parent, there's no right, there's no wrong. It either swings or it doesn't. It either feels good or it doesn't, and there's no blame. It's just, hey, the time is in the room, get on board.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really a pleasure and a privilege, and I understand how you pass yourself on through your progeny. I mean, you live through your children.
But you know, all these years of me giving you a hard time, it must be so rewarding for you to just sit in the corner and watch as my daughter just berates me the whole time.
It has been, yeah. It really, his daughter cuts him absolutely zero slack. She once said to him, he asked her, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh,
and she
yeah.
said, yeah, I want to be a songwriter, but not like you. I don't want to write songs. I don't want to write songs like your songs.
Yeah.
My songs
Yeah.
are going to be much better.
I think it might be true.
I hope for her
Yeah.
sake. 'Cause you're a pretty good songwriter.
Yeah,
I
but
hope for her sake.
We could, yeah, right, exactly.
No, I do get some pleasure out of that, but not much. I hope for peace in the world. You know?
Starting at home and then
fanning out into the greater sphere.
Well, what message would you like to leave us with tonight? What should we?
Oh boy, that's a good question.
This is why I like set lists, by the way. This stuff here of the going through the book and like, oh, that's a good one. Oh, I wonder how that.
Ever since the world ended, I don't get out as much. People that I once befriended, they just don't bother to stay in touch. The things that used to seem so splendid don't really matter today. Just as well the world ended, 'cause it wasn't working anyway. Ever since the world ended, there's no more Bible Belt. Remember how we all pretended, going around lying about the way we felt. Now every rule has been amended, and ain't nobody keeping score. Just as well the world ended. We couldn't have taken too much more. Now ever since the world ended, there's no more black or white. Ever since we all got blended, there ain't no more reason to fuss and fight. And the dogmas that we once defended, they no longer seem worthwhile. Ever since the world ended, I face the future with a smile.
Alexis Quadrado, Ben Sidran.
Leo Sidran.
Thank you, WBGO. Thank you, Yamaha. Thank you, Steve.
Is that on? You're not going to get off that easy. I mean, come on, man. About the set list. The set list always has an encore, doesn't it? Yeah, the set list always has an encore.
That's
okay,
true.
then.
Okay.
I'm really glad that you said that, Steve, because I had a thought, by the way. I don't know what you were turning to. I was going to ask you for something
Okay,
earlier,
go ahead.
But I'm curious to know what you were thinking about. Because, you had this song about how everything, the world is ending, and you were going to end
Yeah.
the set on this kind of like
Yeah. Upbeat.
upbeat. I was thinking about the little things in life that do make the day worth going through, those little treats that you can...
It's so true. It's so true. It's the small things that get us through the hard times.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
You were thinking the same thing?
I was thinking the same thing, that you have to be grateful
Yeah.
for small blessings.
Yeah, for example.
For example, I'd like to do a song, an original composition called Take a Little Hit. It goes like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a little hit just before you quit. Take a little poke, and then you get the joke. You don't want to buy it before you try it. Life's too short to make the same mistake twice, so take a little hit before you commit the old routine. Stop and dig the scene. Your body and your mind, they are beautifully designed. You don't want to max out the old potential for dropping that torrential rain on your parade. Why don't you play it where it's laid? Come on, take a little hit before you quit. Take a little pull while the bowl is full. Tomorrow's never here and sorrow's ever near. You don't want to cancel that old connection. to cosmic introspection. Oh, we've been chewing on the leaves and brewing up the seeds. Since young and brave, we're living in a cave. Come on, Alexis, take it before you quit. Take a little taste. Your time is here to waste. You take a little nip and then you take a little trip. It's not the chance you take that's your big mistake. It's a chance you miss, you shouldn't resist. Why don't you take a little spank before you hit the tank? Take a little stroll before you hit the pole. Why don't you take a little hit before you quit?
Take a little spank before you hit the tank. My father, Ben.
It doesn't get any better than this, man. I'll tell you. Thank you, all three of you, for this marvelous evening of music. But I'd also like to have a personal acknowledgement of Leo and Ben together here. You know, I saw you for the first time play, this is a couple of years ago in France. And there was something about, and I know you know this, maybe it's even a running joke in the family. You said something earlier about how you pass along things to your progeny and how important that is, that we pass along the gifts that we have been given to our children and our families. And you have succeeded masterfully, my man. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for this. Thank you for Leo, because he's been very special to us at WBGO. And thank you for all of the things that you have given us as an artist and as a great thinker in this music and in this world, man. There are many things that we could not have done without you. Okay? So thank you. Thank you. I think we need to all thank these brothers for everything that they have done for us. It's so blessed to have you. We're so blessed. I need to know, man, what the hell, what are you doing, man, to keep going the way that you're going? Give me some of that.
No, you got it. It's the music. It's the music. The music is the path.
Yeah.
It's the way. It's the reason.
Yes, that's right. There you go. Again, thank you, Ben, Leo. Thank you, sir. Thank you all for coming out tonight, and most importantly, thank you for supporting public media. It's always been important. As you know, that's why you're here. That's why you continue to listen and to support WBGO. But now more than ever, we need every ounce, and then some, right, of your support and your energy and your love. And you got a congressman that lives nearby, knock on a senator that lives nearby, knock on their door and let them know how much you love public media and how important it is to keep it on the air. Okay, to take a few minutes to do that.
And I just want to pass along something that the great Johnny Griffin once told me. He said, this music that we're playing is made by and for people who have chosen to feel good in spite of conditions. So take that with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again for coming out and supporting the great music, great public media, and we hope to see you. We're taking as Bonnie told you, we're taking a summer break, and we'll be back in October with another season of this fantastic series of performances here at Yamaha Artist Services. Thanks again. Travel safely. Have a wonderful weekend.